Welcome back to Making It with Minglet. We finished our journal page 35, and that's 35 out of 100. So now we're ready to move on to page 36. And the last quote that we have is, "Let's hear your battle cry." And I have pulled out a few things that I think we might be able to use. One thing is I want to add this because I think it's a very interesting pattern. And the colors do blend. I think we'll tear it out a little bit more. And if you ever want to make this easier for yourself, there is this method. You can take your wet brush and just wet it along the edges, and it will tear nicely for you, especially if the paper is not tearing exactly well. And on the more modern books, you will find that that is the case most of the time. It's a little bit harder to tear. So if you dampen it, it becomes very, very easy. It just kind of breaks down, whatever binds that paper together, and it makes it much easier. And easier for me is better. That goes along with what my dad used to say, work smarter, not harder. Such a good lesson to learn. Alright, we have that. And I think we'll go in just a little bit on this side right here, because it kind of looks like a feather to me. And I think I want to put it over here. And where it's got that edging, I do think I will bring out the vintage photo, and I'm going to go ahead and I want to get my edges done, because I think that will add to this particular page, because it's already got some of the goldish orange in it, and I've got kind of an eagle looking thing that I want to put on here. So I'm into the grungy on this. Definitely grungy. While I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grunge up the edge of the page since it's white. I want to bring that grunge on in. And I don't have to be real particular about this. Alright. I think that will do. This is what I'm thinking. I've got this. I've got this right here that came off of a postal telegraph envelope, and it has accuracy, speed, and courtesy, and I just kind of like it, and I want to include it. And then I have this eagle-like thing. So we got to figure out how we're going to lay this out on the page. Straight up and down? Yeah, that's it. Straight up and down. So that's what we're going to do. I think this was out of a state travel magazine that I picked up when we were traveling somewhere. Actually, I think it was when we went through Pennsylvania last year. Now that I look at it, I seem to remember. Do I offset that? I kind of like it that way. Let's bring it down right here. So you get the whole feathery looking bit. And then you have your whole eaglish bird. And this is already aged, so I don't want to go over the top with it, but I am going to go ahead and put a little bit on it. Just to kind of give it a little bit of contrast. And this is kind of fragile, so I want to make sure that I've got it secured so that it won't crumble off. And I'm going to center that even though I did not quite center the eagle. I'm going to center this with the kind of centered with the leaf looking thing or the fern looking piece. Now on this page I've got a couple of things. I found this that's in a good color and it's kind of complementary, and I found this which I like because it's got the purple background, and in my mind this man is talking to this woman and he's saying, let me hear your battle cry, you know, speak up for yourself, it's okay to do that. So what I need to do is I'm going to put this down with a matte medium, and then we'll just glue these other pieces down and it'll be just fine. And it won't take hardly any to put this down with. At least I don't think so. Uh-oh, no flipping, no flipping, no flopping. Just need a drop, just a little bit. I'll go ahead, since I've got this out, I'll go ahead and put this piece down. I don't know if you pick up the magazines when you go in, like welcome centers. We'll stop a lot of times at a welcome center just to go to the bathroom, but there's some that have really upped the game. I mean, they show you, they have really good magazines about what's in their area, sights to see, things to do, but a few of them that we went in up north actually had like displays to where they showed, you know, some of the things that were made locally to where we were, and I thought that was really cool. Like there was a soap maker, honey, a place you could go and watch bees in action. I mean, there was just a lot of different things, lots of good variety. So don't forget to pick those up. They're free to you. You don't have to pay anything for them, and you never know what you'll find in them. They almost always have maps. So if you don't have access to maps and you want a map for a project, you know, it's a good way to get a map. It may not be a standardized map, but it's still something that you can use that doesn't cost you any extra money. And I'm all about, things that don't cost me money. You probably already knew that about me, didn't you? It's not that I can't afford things, it's that, I know one day we're going to need money for care and things outside of what we need now. So making it go as far as it can is very smart. Now, where this has that print, I do like that, and I do have a stamp that will print something not exactly the same, but it may actually work here. So let me get it out and see if I can put like maybe a little bit on this other page and maybe right up here. It doesn't have to be heavy. It can just be light, done lightly. And I'm just going to use black, jet black, since that's what color is here. And this is a stamp from my best friend Carol. Let's put just a tad here. And we're going to put just a little bit right here. And I could have probably done this before I put anything down. It probably would have been helpful, but sometimes it's the secondary thoughts that cause you to do something or do it differently. I like it. I think that's pretty good, and we're going to go with that. So we're going to go 35, and then we're going to put our number 36 right here. So on day 36, it's Let's Hear Your Battle Cry. And that is the last of, that will mean that we've used all the little Hall cough drop wrappers quotes. So we will be going back to our saved and favorite quotes. Until next time, my friends, here's our page we're going to leave with. And until next time, I want you to be well and have a great day. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.